along and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel I finally get to speak about the War for Cybertron Season 2 Earthrise. So today being December the 30th, 2020, it's finally appeared on Netflix, and I've literally just finished watching it. And let's talk about the first thing: how to find the bloody thing. So yeah, a little bit of a challenge to actually find the actual issue itself. So the first thing you need to do, obviously, is to go on to search for Transformers, and the way I found it was by going on to the old version, so Siege, and then go to more like this, and then eventually you'll find it. I couldn't find it any other way. I was pulling my hair out at 8 o'clock this morning. It should be there, it should be there, it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't. And I've seen other people posting online as well. So first things first, I don't know why they took this option to put it as almost like a separate topic, but they did. Bizarre. Once you've actually found the bloody thing, we can then actually start to watch it. And it picks up pretty much where the last season finished. So what I want to do with this review is we'll start off with non-spoilers, and we'll go into spoilers later on, and I'll let you know when we go into those spoilers. So last season, and obviously there will be spoilers here for last season. If you've not seen it, I do recommend that you go back and watch season 1 before you watch the rest of this review. The last season, obviously, we knew that Megs wanted to end the war by changing all of the bots into cons. And to stop this, Prime got rid of the Allspark. So during this season, we learn about the havoc that this has unleashed on Cybertron. This season is also really focused around the search to bring back the Allspark, and basically the lengths each side will go to ensure that this happens. So how far would you go to save the world, basically? The animation here, I would actually say, is a very small, minute step up from Season 1, from Siege. Especially, I found this during the fight scenes. I think some of the fight scenes in Siege looked a little blocky, a little bit like kind of mashing Lego bricks together. I found it to be a lot more fluid during this, so they've definitely learned some things from the first one. Transformation happens a few times again. One of my biggest critiques on the last one was that for a Transformers show, it didn't transform too much. There's a little bit more transforming going on here, but still, awful lot of walking about. Let's move on to the all-important voice acting, and again, for me, this feels like a step forward from Season 1 Siege. The only one that I found, cringe-inducing again, was Soundwave. Still terrible, still awful. I guess now that they've established this voice, they can't do anything about it, but it would be great if they did a Bumblebee to him and just took his voice box away. One drastic improvement for me, though, is the Optimus Prime voice, voiced by Jake Fauci. Big improvement here, certainly with the kind of intonation, with the speed that he talks at. Definitely better in the quieter moments, but as soon as any passion and aggression needs to get in there, although there was passion and aggression, it didn't feel to me like it was an aggressive version of the other voice that they use. It's like a Peter Cullen impression during the quieter moments, and then something else entirely now during the more aggressive moments. I really wish they'd kind of taken a leaf out of the Megatron book and just said, hey, do your thing, dude. Do your thing. Just you be you. Instead of trying to do like a bad Peter Cullen impression. But having said that, it's definitely better than it is in Season 1. Megs and Starscream, for me, though, steal the show yet again with the voice acting here. Especially Megatron. this version of Megatron that is voiced by Jason Marchona. I'm sure I butcher his name every single time that I say it. I do apologize. I think he's so good in this. He is quickly turning to be actually my favorite incarnation of Megatron ever. I really love the way that he does it. I adore it. I really love the version of Megatron that he does. Yeah, so even better than Siege for me from Megatron. I feel that this character just has more depth, even more depth than Prime or anything. There's just so much going on with that Megatron character, just from the voice, the backstory, everything. For me, he is the most interesting character in the whole of Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. The story, without giving any plot points away. The story is, as I said, it's a journey to claim back the Allspark. And that's literally it. I think we all know where they're going. It's said in the title to not give anything away, but it's a journey to get there, and along the way, too much happens. And literally, I can't really tell you what happens in this section because it would be spoiler, but it just moves at such breakneck pace. Nothing is ever given time to settle, create any tension. You know, I did fear after watching the trailer that so much was going to happen during this, and this was literally like watching an extended trailer. It was like, whoa, look at that. Whoa, okay, it's gone. Whoa, ha, whoa. And it was literally like, look at this, look at me. Oh, now this is happening. Nothing was given the time to marinate, to really get you involved or think, oh right, that's interesting. The moment you do, you're on something else, or another plot point is revealed, or something else. It's too damn quick, and I think that really hurts this season even more than the last season, because they're trying to just squeeze so much into 6 23-minute episodes. It's just not enough, and I think it's a shame, because there's a really interesting, detailed story that could be told here given the time. It's passable though, and certainly action-filled. You won't be bored while watching it at all. I think personally, just from a pacing point of view and focus point of view, I think I prefer season 1. But this is still a great season, and I'm really looking forward to see how it all wraps up in Kingdom. I just hope that, I don't know, maybe they'll give us a couple more episodes in Kingdom to wrap up all these crazy plot lines that it looks like they've got going into Kingdom. So, my take on it, breakneck speed, still good, awesome voice casting from Jason Marchona, and some points are really improved, certainly from an animation point from the first one. Well worth checking out. Now I'm going to go into spoilers and subplots. Okay, we're here. Spoilers. This is the section. Now, let's start off by, like I said, the breakneck speed of this damn thing, right? Which is the thing that has hurt it for me. These are all the plots and subplots that I kind of picked out. Let me know in the comments if you know more. You probably do. So it starts off with no Allspark, Cybertron is dying. Cons draining cons. Quintessons created Transformers. Galvatron comes from the future. Unicron is coming. Skylinks and a whole universe of dead stuff. Megs needs the Matrix. Shockwave drains all the power for himself and becomes super powered. Elita 1 is on Cybertron, freeing all of the cons. What do you do with all of these freed cons? Project Nemesis. Mercs. Prime is full of self-doubt. Megs sees Prime as a genocidal maniac for taking the Allspark away. Megs now has a golden disc. Megs and Prime used to be comrades at one point. How do you use the power of the dead universe and the Matrix to overpower yourself and get yourself out of the dead universe? Whoa! and probably a lot more. These are all of the plot lines that just get bombarded, like boom, boom, here's this. Quintessons have now created Transformers. That's happened in this. That's kind of the feeling you get. They either created them, or they certainly used them as slaves to fight in the pits for their entertainment. Didn't say whether they Scorponok. Oh yeah, Scorponok comes on. I didn't even include that in the list. Wow. So Scorponok appeared, and he does say about Galvatron, not Galvatron, about the Quintessons actually being the creators. So unless this is going to be another plot twist further on down the line, this is the angle they're going, the kind of G1 inspired. Nothing is given the time here. There is so much going on. Just to pick a few of these things out, like there's flashes of things that could just be outstanding given more time. The part where Megatron is talking with Magnus's dead head, I would have loved to have seen that really expanded on and have him talk back, have him be that kind of voice in his head where he regrets doing this. Could have been such an awesome focus point. You know, Galvatron appearing. Galvatron like, boom, hi, I'm Galvatron. Oh, now I'm gone. You know, very, very quick, very, 23 minutes. He's literally on screen for about that amount of time, and then he's gone. The part where the Quintesson cuts off its own faces. He has you have one interaction with the Quintesson, and then it cuts its own faces off. Now, that part for me, that was still shocking, but that's because of my history watching Transformers. If you're new to this, you're like, all right, he had one argument with himself and then cut all his faces off. That should have been built for really maybe a couple of episodes where you saw this inner conflict within him, and he wanted to kill him, he didn't want to kill him, he wanted to do this, he didn't want to do this, and the end result is to come to this, what did he say, this consensus is to chop all of its own faces off. I mean, that would have been a real shock. It was still shocking to me, don't get me wrong, but it really, really was hampered by the fact that they just sped through it at breakneck pace. The part when you realize that Double Dealer is controlled by a Quintesson, but that's didn't make any sense to me, and it wasn't really a surprise. They rushed through it again, but also Double Dealer coming back and attacking everybody. At no point did I think, oh, that's a bit weird. Someone's paid him to do it. You know, he's a mercenary. They do whatever the hell they want. That could have been so much better and more of a shock and a surprise had it have been like an Autobot coming and attacking everybody. You know, if they'd have used a character, even if they'd have used Cog in that, Cog has come back and he was destroying everyone, then it turned out that the Quintessons were controlling him. That would have been impressive, you know? That would have been something different. But again, it was just, all right, let's speed it up, but let's put a plot twist in here that doesn't really make any sense. The biggest thing for me as well, that they just rushed through, how to use the power of the dead universe in 20 minutes. Skylinks basically says, it took me hundreds of years to become this master of the dead universe. Prime, you've got to learn this very quickly. Literally 20 minutes, mate. You got 20 minutes. Let's get it down here. So he uses the Matrix, but the biggest shock is Megatron. Megatron told by Galvatron, you have the power in you. Gives this kind of the Emperor and Darth Vader approach between himself and Galvatron, and that was nice. I liked that kind of conversation between them. But again, where did all that power come from? He just quickly learned how to harness it. There should have been him failing and building up to that rather than just, you've got the power in you, use it. All right, bang, whoa, it's done. Boom, 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 bang. Oh, 23 minutes episode gone. Right, next, on to the next. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And they're just the plot points that they just zoomed through. And I just zoomed through it. And I spoke quickly there on purpose to make you feel how the show made me feel. Having said that, there were standout moments. The first time that you see Scorponok, well done. Well done for being able to keep that a secret. That was absolutely fantastic. I was like, oh, it's Scorponok. And to have him, he probably has the biggest moments, I guess. They did rush through it a little bit, but he did have, I think he's in 2 episodes, which is pretty good for a new character in this. And yeah, I really liked this version of Scorponok, how he was a leftover from a civilization that didn't rise up against the Quintessons, and he was the last of the Scorponok. I wonder if we'll see him again at some point, but I quite liked that Scorponok. It was good to see that they used it. It was like the first time that you saw Galvatron. Come on, that was good. He came into existence the same way that he does during Transformers the '86 movie. Oh, beautiful. I was like, yes, well done. I rewound that a couple of times. Really like that. That was very nice. It's a good standout moment. Seeing this version of Skylinks, I like this version of Skylinks as well. I thought that this kind of his ego had got the better of him, and he'd been banished to the Dark Zone or the Dead Universe, and then he had his like epiphany while he was there, and now he just wanted redemption. I thought that was a great use of Captain Ego, or when his ego goes too far. So again, some great concepts, some great ideas in here, just not given enough time to breathe. But they were definitely my standout moments in this. Nemesis Prime was used the way I thought Nemesis Prime was going to be used, as a premonition to what Prime could be if he doesn't accept the new person who would take the Matrix after him, which means that it could be quite odd, the choice. Maybe they'll choose Megatron to save Cybertron from Galvatron. Maybe from Unicron. Maybe he will get it. Do you think that they're now going to bring Primus into this at all? When Unicron comes in, do you think that'll be something that comes into this? Because I think they do say something about Primus during the big one, but it's odd that they have Primus and the Quintessons as the creators. It's all a bit higgledy-piggledy for me at the moment. They did make some nice references to Transformers the movie and G1. I like some of the references. Some of the way they did it were it was a bit cheese, but yeah, there was some nice references in there, some nice callbacks. Also a callback to the bar, McAdams bar, about drinking in there. So there's some nice little callbacks there, some nice information for your Transformers fans within there as well. So overall, yeah, there's some parts that are good, some parts that are a bit challenging, some great standout moments in this, like I say, but the whole thing is just too fast. Be interested to see what comes with Kingdom. Let me know your thoughts on this and everything else down in the comments, and I'll see you in 2021. Peace.